Hey you guys, welcome back to Rocket City Yardstead. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm not actually at my yardstead today. So today is actually my Azure Standard pickup day, and I'm at my drop. And I hadn't planned on filming, but the drop is late. And so I just thought maybe I would give you guys a little peek as to why my channel is Rocket City Yardstead. So you can see behind me here, my drop-off location is the US Space and Rocket Center. So I thought maybe you guys would like to see a little bit of what I get to see when I come to my Azure Standard pickup. Probably the most impressive thing here is this big rocket. But right next to it, we have the Davidson Center for Space Exploration. I'm actually gonna go see if I can get a good shot through the windows of this building, but inside here, they have a Saturn V rocket on its side. It takes up the whole length of the building. It's pretty amazing if you actually go on a tour of the Space and Rocket Center. I'm pretty sure the windows are tinted, but you can actually see the rocket in there. And this building is quite large. It's just massive when you see them in person. I am not here for a tour today, so we are just gonna take a peek through the gates and see the various rockets they've got here. I really love this actually. Under that giant rocket, they have a picnic table. So if you were here on a beautiful day, that would be a fantastic spot to have a picnic. Here, right by the gates, they've got a NASA Saturn F1 engine. This thing is huge. When you get to stand next to them, you just kind of realize the scale of them. Just for some scale, I'll put myself in the picture, and you can see I'm, almost 6 feet tall, and this thing is just massive. So it's pretty cool to see this stuff in person, and I get to come here every time I do an Azure Standard pickup, so that's kind of a cool thing. Here's some more rockets and gorgeous trees. Closer to my house, most of the trees have lost their leaves, but maybe these are a little protected by these buildings here, but it really is just a pretty place. I've always thought this was really cool. It's an A-12 Oxheart Article 127, but just a very neat aircraft. Here's the placard for it, and you can see a different angle of what the aircraft looks like. Just a couple more things here at the Space and Rocket Center that are visible to the public. We have a space shuttle here that you can see, which is pretty darn cool. It looks like it needs some paint work done on it, but they actually take it down and refurbish it every once in a while. But you can just pull in the parking lot and come look at this. So one final thing before I head home, I picked up my Azure Standard haul, but I want to show you guys because if you come to the Space and Rocket Center, you have to see this. It's iconic. Space Camp. They just remodeled this a couple years ago, and it's just so cool looking. So if you have never been to the Huntsville, Alabama area, this is actually the biggest tourist attraction in the state. And it's understandable why, because the Space and Rocket Center is amazing. I hope you guys enjoyed that sort of impromptu tour of the exterior of the Space and Rocket Center. I do think it's pretty amazing that that's where I get to go to do my Azure Standard pickup. So now that I have actually done my pickup and I'm home, I thought you guys might be interested in seeing what I got and why I choose to shop with Azure Standard. I am not sponsored in any way, but I just really like a good savings, and you guys might too. So if you've never heard of Azure Standard, they're sort of like a bulk buying club. You don't have to have a membership, but the big thing that is very different is you actually go to these drop points and you meet the truck that's delivering your items. And everybody helps unload the truck, and it normally runs pretty smoothly. It is quite the experience, I guess, the first time you go. Like, it's just a little bit overwhelming, but you figure it out really quickly. And you do save quite a bit of money if you are buying in bulk. Let's talk numbers. This is a 25-pound bag of organic rolled oats. So at my local grocery store, I can buy organic rolled oats, but they only come in 2-pound bags, and that 2-pound bag costs $6.28. So that comes out to $3.14 per pound. This bag here costs $27.73. So that comes out to $1.11 per pound. I mean, that is a huge difference. So I went ahead and did the math on this. And if I just went to the local store and bought those 2-pound bags as needed, sure, it's more convenient. But by the time I get up to this 25-pound mark, I would have spent $50.77 more for the exact same amount of oats. That's crazy to me when, let's be honest, we all have better things we could spend that $50 on. So this will last me probably a year, maybe longer, but we use it to make homemade oat flour. We grind it up in our Vitamix, also oatmeal. So this goes a long way in our house. The other thing that I save a decent amount of money on with this order is my organic coconut sugar. Is that? Yeah, that's what this is. So again, my local grocery store, I can buy organic coconut sugar. A 2-pound bag costs $9.42. So per pound, that comes out to $4.71. This 5-pound bag costs $17.84. So per pound, it's $3.57. So if we do the math for 5 pounds, I save $5.71. That's like getting over a pound, maybe close to 1.5 pounds of coconut sugar for free, if you want to look at it that way. I kind of look at it that way. So I bought 2 other things this time. I bought those canning lids, and there was some savings on those, but monetarily speaking, it's not a huge savings. If I went to the local store and bought a box of ball canning lids, they come out to about 41.4 cents per lid. And these superb lids, they come out to 38.6 cents per lid. If you bought them in a bigger amount than I bought, the savings would be bigger, but I just didn't need to buy that many this time around. But more than just the cost savings on these, I've never had a superb lid fail on me. They're just really high quality lids, and I've had plenty of ball lids fail on me. They're just kind of thin and flimsy. And, you know, we can talk about price, but realistically, if you have a lid fail, it's not just the cost of the lid, it's the cost of the food in the jar and your time that you spent making the canned food. And so I feel like there's even more savings than just the cost of the lids that you save. And then the final thing that I got was organic Great Northern beans. These actually cost me more than if I went to my local store. However, there's a caveat to that. The local stores here don't sell organic beans, at least not organic Great Northern beans. And so these come out to be about 50 cents per pound more than the beans I could buy at the grocery store. But we're comparing conventional to organic, and you expect to pay a premium for organic. I don't think 50 cents per pound is actually that bad for dry beans. So this is what I got. It's not a huge order, but quite a bit of savings here, especially with the oats. And as you can see, there's value in this even for people who have a small family. I feel like normally you're looking at big families doing big orders to feed a small army. But we just have 2 people in our house, and we still get a lot of value from using Azure Standard. So I hope you guys found this informational. I hope you found it valuable. I hope you have a great day. I'm glad you were here to hang out with me today, and I'll see you next time. Bye.